So when you understand this, how deep it goes, remember I was breaking this stuff down when you understand the name Lewis. And I'm going to explain it further in this video. I'm going to show a lot pertaining to this about the birth of the Messiah. Because as I said, as his time is, everything as it's written is recorded. And as it's written, he shall be revealed in the date and time, which is speaking on what? The whole theme of the time we're in now, the digital era, the time of the cloud. And this stuff is deep, man. So when you understand it, what I want to talk about right quick and explain, and the whole thing, remember I read it earlier, I'm going to read it again. And as it's written, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered for to devour her child as soon as it was born, right? So this right here is let me go back. This right here is 1978, January 21st, 1978. And when you understand how deep this goes, when you understand the name, it's very deep pertaining to Lewis. And as you can see, they're doing what? They're doing the swine flu shots, the swine flu shots. And I want to read this because it said a number of times. I'm on the right side, and I'm right in the middle in the third paragraph. The second paragraph, I'm gonna start there. We try to pick up the child just after the first month of birth, she said. At that time of health record is started on the child at the city's health department. The number of times the child is allowed to visit the clinic varies with age. For instance, from birth to 6 months, at the 6, the child is asked to come in the clinic every 2 months. After 6 months, at the 6, at the 16. And then they say the child is requested to visit the clinic, every 3 months to a year. Mrs. Frank said after 1 year, the child does not have to come to the clinic, but once every 6 months. And the 666 talk. Remember they were talking about the polio vax back then because remember somebody was getting crippled up by the swine flu shot. Remember that. So look at this. Like one of these kids in this picture has to be him. And I'm gonna explain it right quick because the whole thing, as you can see in that second paragraph on the first side, as you can see, I'm gonna start it. It said the clinic which was held at the Mount Sinai, hit Mount Sinai. Remember Moses receives the laws of God from Mount Sinai. So the clinic which was held at Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church on the city's west side is just one of many sponsored by Port Arthur's Health Department as a service to the poor. The clinic gives us some of the things we would not get to afford, said Mrs. Jacqueline Mary Lewis. The whole theme of the Mary connection again. Remember, when you understand the name Jacqueline, it derives out of, Jackie, which derives the feminine way of saying Jacob, and the 12 tribes of Jacob, 12 tribes of Israel. The Mary name again, and then Lewis, who was with her husband, Carol. Now, I'm going to explain this. Remember, I said the word Carol derives out of what? Out of Kara, which means anointed Messiah. And when you understand the name Kara, the whole theme of that, why they always love to destroy the cars on the movies, and why America, what's the number one way to die in America statistically is by a car accident. Carol, roll meaning return. So they said she was with her husband, Carol, had just brought their three children, Carol Jr., Carol Lewis, I'm going to show it in a minute, Jr., and 2.5 years old, Angel Donna, and 14 months, Chandra, 2 months. So the whole thing, Carol was 2 years old at the time.